Right then, we're looking at the interior now on the A5. So we've got the roll cage in. It's not been powder coated yet. We need to put Darkside tag on before we do, because we're going to offer these for sale. So they'll have a custom cages tag and a Darkside tag. So while we got all the old interior out, we decided to weigh it all, and they're ridiculously heavy like we'd expect. Each front seat weighs 30 kilograms, so that's 60 total, which is a decent passenger. The rear seats altogether add up to 30 kilograms as well, so you've got 90 kilograms worth of seats in a car. Fairly heavy, that's why it weighed 1750 kilograms when it had some people in it. So crazy heavy car. Because we're going to take it on track, it's not just a daily driver car. We're going to take it on track as well as using it on the road. We decided to fit some bucket seats. The only seats we use in our cars are these motor drive ones. They're the best ones you can get. Like this one we've got here, looks a bit different on the back compared to these ones. But this one here is probably like, I think it's 16 years old or something like that. We've just cleaned it, put some new foam in it, which were like not expensive for a motor drive. And although it's not eligible for racing, this is a good passenger seat for our other cars. And there's 2.5 kilograms difference in the fiberglass to the carbon. So if you're going, well, this is Kevlar. If you're going for a lightweight seat, get one of these old motor drives that's been in a car that's not been upside down back to front, and you'll have no problems. So these ones here that we're going to put in, they're the ones that were in RB for race car. We've took those out now because we only need one seat in that. The one that we have in as a passenger doesn't need to be eligible for racing, so we just got a carbon version of this that we picked up for a couple £100 off eBay. So these ones they're not redundant, but we decided that the best place for them would be this A5, because a lot of people think these bucket seats are uncomfortable. They need to sit in motor drive seats. They're really, really nice. I think comfier than Recaro and stuff like that you can buy. These just fit you, as long as you get the seat that's somewhere near the right size. There's not one size fits all in these, but generally I'm 5'10", 5'11", whatever. Not really too big, and I fit in these nice. Once you start getting a little bit portly, you need a wider one. But we've squeezed a lot of people in these seats in our cars in this time, so they're not too bad. So these seats, they weigh 7.8 kilograms each. A lot lighter than these. A lot lighter than these, should I say. I don't know why I'm pointing at that one. But to fit these seats, obviously you can't just bolt these down, these bolt from the side. So you need some side mounts, a couple of kilograms, 2.5 kilograms roughly. We've got the plate. This bolts to the car, which I had a little look at it earlier on while we're at the custom cages. We need to drill this to accept the exact bolt pattern of our car. These are just out, these are just some universal ones. These are quite heavy because they're 12mm thick aluminium. These are like 7 kilograms. But then we can bolt this down, bolt the side mounts for our seat onto it, like that, wherever they need to be. So we might end up here, we might end up offset, you might end up with them a bit narrower, whatever. You've got room to put them. So we'll bolt them down. So you've got pretty much 8 kilograms for your seat, nearly 10 kilograms here. And then you've got your harness, which we've not took the inertia reel seat belts out of them, which they're quite heavy. I think they'll be heavier than these harnesses. So if you wanted to put the harness in and get rid of the seat belt, which we might do, we're not too sure yet, because we'll have to put a clasp in here somehow. We could knock that off how much it weighs, but altogether we've got 90 kilograms here. Altogether with all this stuff, we've got just over 40 kilograms. So we're taking out 50 kilograms, and we're going to actually be held in properly. We're not going to be falling all over, because that's a big thing on track cars. And a lot of people that take their road cars to the Nürburgring, you get arm pumped to death. You're holding yourself in the seat with your arms because you're falling all over the place. But when you're in a seat like this, the seat holds you in, You just hold the steering wheel nice and gentle. Your arms are not doing a lot of work. And it also helps, especially on a track like Nürburgring that seems to catch a lot of people out. Fingers crossed it don't catch us out. You can feel where the car's going a lot more because you're planted. When the rear end of the car goes, you're not falling all over the place and holding on and turning all different places. You can feel it because you've got a proper seat, bolted down properly, so there's no movement there, and then your harness is pulling you in. But these are good harnesses as well. The Schroth harness are the only ones we fit in our cars. We've tried pretty much every other harness make that's not £1 million, and they're just terrible. They're just rubbish. They chafe you around your waist. They're not comfy on your shoulders. These ones are designed to be used without a hands device. In our track cars, we run a thinner 2-inch belt on both, and that fits the hands a little bit better. You could run a hands on these, but it's probably not the most comfortable. They're really nice. The material's fairly soft, but they're good stuff. The waist belt, the one that goes around the waist, that's just normal seatbelt material, so you don't get any chafing, and it's only 2-inch, so it's just like a normal seatbelt. But these ones are pretty special, a little bit expensive really for what they are, but they're worth the money. They hold the money as well. When you've used them for 4 or 5 years, they're not worth nothing at all. They still sell for decent money. But these ones are the only ones that are really road legal. The ones with the rotary disconnect like our race cars, they're not road legal. The only ones that are, these that you press. So if somebody's in an ambulance driver, paramedic, whoever's coming to get you out of your car, they don't want to have a degree in motorsport engineering to undo you. Easy, press that red button just like you would on your normal seatbelt, and away you go. So these harnesses are 4-point. So you've got, where are we? That's plugged into the wrong one for some reason. They're all plugged into the wrong ones. That one should be there like that. So you've got 2 that come from roll cage. They're going to just clip on with these ends like that. Just clip onto them eyelets on roll cage. That's there. These ones go down. We're going to bolt these using these eyelets onto here. These are not a metric thread. They're the same as a seat belt. I think it's 7/16 UNF. Don't start trying to tap it M10 or whatever, because it's not going to work. It's probably one of the only imperial threads on most modern cars, so be careful with them. But what's good about this harness, if you start using it for racing, because you get a good few years of racing, I think it's 5 years you get out of these, you can put a 5 or a 6-point anti-submarine strap in there, so that goes between your legs, crotch strap, whatever you want to call it. So these are sort of upgradable. So for a road car, 4 points, fine, light track use. If you're full on racing like we do in the other cars, 6 point, you might as well. They're not tons more expensive, and you want it to hold you in. So the good thing about using this 12mm plate, like we said, we can drill and tap for these here, so we'll put a couple of holes there in case we ever went to a 6 point. We'll put the holes on the side here, wherever we can get them. I'm hoping it's going to be somewhere like here, and the other one's probably going to go through both of these to here, not too sure. But they can clip on there, so you're not having to drill and plate your car. So we're hoping that if you wanted some motor drive bucket seats, we can put you in touch with Darren there. He'll get you a good price. We can supply the Schroth harnesses, whichever ones you'd want. Supply these drilled and ready to go. These will do Mark 5 platform. Might have a little bit in a design change when we've done them, but they'll be Mark 5 platform, and then drill it to suit whatever seats you've got. You don't have to have motor drive, it should fit pretty much any. And then you've got everything you need then to just bolt the roll cage in, bolt the seats in, bolt all the harnesses in without having to chop and weld at your car. We'll go through the roll cage in a little bit more detail when we've got one to fit here, because this one obviously fitted for us. But the installation's not difficult at all. So all this stuff, you're going to pull out 50 kilograms of weight, minus whatever the cage weighs. That'll be somewhere here, because we've not had it out to weigh it. And yeah, so we're taking weight out. Probably when the roll cage is weighed in, we're going to be taking at least 30 or 40 kilograms out, but making this car just a ton better to drive. It'll just be so much more pleasurable on the track to drive and not too uncomfortable on the road. I have no problem with driving these day to day. It's not as easy when you're clambering over a FIA spec roll cage with bars all over the place and needing to snap off steering wheels, but the bucket seats themselves with an half cage should be absolute perfect. Right then, one of the seats is in, harness is all in, clipped onto roll cage, bolted down to side mounts. So these are just drilled in taps, so there's no need for any nuts underneath. 12mm thick aluminium's plenty to have something like this, and it's a really nice snug fit. Countersunk bolts that hold it down into the chassis of the car, so there's nothing sticking up. If you painted them black or had them anodised, you'd have no problems. If we do any more, they'll not have that hole in there because they'll just be drilled for this side. We've not put this trim on, but that'd all fit on. The seat belt and everything can all still be in position. We're going to see, we've not done it yet, but we're going to get one of the rear clasps for the seat belt or unbolt it from the standard seats, depending which way we're going to do it, and fix it onto the other side there, so you should be able to still just throw your seat belt through here and get it on. But we're only going to need to do that temporary, just while we send the roll cage off for powder coating, and we still want to use car for a bit of testing. So should be all right. But we'll get in and just see how easy it is. It's not too bad. These harnesses are probably too tight for me because I think Paul might have set them up for himself and not for me, but I'll get it on eventually. Yeah, we're in on them once. It's always good to have these all rigged up. Straighten that. Those pop tight. To make sure you shove them all the way home. There we go. That's it. Away you go. They're not too bad to do on sides as well, these. A little bit longer than you'd want them to be, but you just pull them up. Make sure you don't trap it in dart. Pull that up. Good to go. So, as we're talking about in another video, obviously, if you're having loads of different drivers, then you might want to you get like a adjustable rail that bolts to the floor, then the side mounts will bolt straight to that. You just sometimes have to adjust the width of the bar that you pull up. But me and Scott are the main people that are going to drive this, and we're exact same height, so it's not too bad. But yeah, you're not going to have like you're solidly mounted in here, no problems. So when you're driving, we can concentrate on turning the wheel rather than holding yourself in and stop yourself sliding out your leather settee. It's going to be a lot better. So to get the harness off, just literally push that, pull. I will try and just sneak about here. But what we've had to do for this side were fairly easy because we've got a little bit of room just to drill and tap it. But at the other side, which we'll have to cut that in, we've had to put like a fixing or put a plate and tacked it on the back of the side mount and drilled into the side. But it's fairly easy. You don't even need to weld it if you don't want to. Just drills and taps are all you need to do this sort of thing. But we'll leave that up to whoever's installing it to do it how they want to do it. There's not enough room to get a wider floor plating that you can just drill it like this one. So it's a shame, but it's alright. And we've also put some holes in the middle for a 6-point harness. So we'll go around the other side and then you'll be able to see a little bit better what we actually had to do to get it. I'll just retrieve the microphone. So this is the plate when it's got all the holes drilled, so it would just come just with these four already countersunk, ready just to bolt into this. We'll probably put them ones in as well because they're pretty universal. They've just got to go where they've got to go. Obviously that's the one for the side that you could see there. And then we've put, you don't need to drill this many, but we've drilled them anyway. We'll probably move that over a little bit on finished ones. These were just some universal ones that we did. But you'll only need 2 of each 2 of these bolt holes, but we've just put them all in because then your side mount will fit on like this. I'll just grab one. Here's one I prepared earlier. So literally that just goes on there like that. So if you wanted to, you could bolt it up with 7 bolts in this case, or if you wanted to move a bit further back, still get 4 or 5 in there, still get 3 in there. You only need 2, but it never hurts. Nobody's ever said I bolted my seat down too much when they fell out of the car. So we'll get the other one in. And what we're in handy tip as well before we go, if you've got to completely make this sort of stuff from scratch, most cars, both seats fit the same. So all we did was do that one, do all the measuring and drilling and checking on that one, flip it over to the other side, check it lined up. Obviously it's upside down, so your counting's the wrong way. But then the second one is so much quicker and easier to do. This stuff drills and taps really nice, aircraft grade aluminium, so really good. So we'll get the other ones in, and then we'll see how it looks and try and go for a little drive in it, see what it feels like. But it'll feel like a different car just for having proper seats and harnesses. Right then, seems like it's took forever to get here, but seats are in, harnesses are all in, fixed in nicely, roll cages powder coated and back in as well. We've carpeted rear a little bit, we've took out the carpet from the back. We still need to decide what we're going to do with these things. Get these gone. Just tuck them out away really. It's probably easier to do that than take them completely out. It's not the neatest solution. It's really, you want to take all the carpet further down and join it together and stuff, but we're not really too fussed about the aesthetics of this inside for now. It's functional. We've not even washed car or hoovered it out yet, so we can't really start talking about stuff like this. But we're recording stuff, so we've not even hoovered it, washed it, cleaned it out, so really it's just a mess. So I think that'll make it look 10 times better. One other thing we've done as well, I forgot to mention, while we got roll cage off for powder coat, everything inside's black except mirror. Don't know why, but we asked for everything and that didn't come. And for some other strange reason, this backlight at back here, they're cream in most cars with black headlining, so we had to buy that separate. But anyway, so we'll get out in it, go for a drive, and see what we reckon. Hopefully I'll get these on a little bit better than I did last time, because I look like an amateur before. A bit confused by the fifth one. We're all ready to rock. It's tidied up a little bit, but I'll worry about that later on, because these have not been tucked in where they should have been. I'm gonna. We have put, while we had roll cage out, we put the seatbelt clasp back in as well. So that's just bolted in on the. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Might have to get a picture and cut it in here or something, but we've put that in there anyway, so it should be a lot better. Anyway, we just keep getting interrupted, so I best go. I'm trying to record here, ma'am.
Oh, sorry.
You're famous now. Get right in the face. Right then. Seeing as Ryan's taxis finished running people about when I'm far too busy to be doing so, I'll put my harness back on. Hopefully not. It's so busy here. I'll never get pulled out. Hopefully we can get a video of describing what it's like inside. We're in now. The coat's all screwed up, but not worry too much about it. So an hoodie with loads of stuff in your pocket and harnesses are not good. That's what we've just learnt now, but feels so much better. Actually held in seat, so when you get it some big brakes, you're not going to fly out, not moving anywhere, which is good. Feels nice, exactly what I expected it to be. Obviously, sat in these seats for a good few thousand miles. I think we've done 10,000 mile in R&B from track in the last couple of years, so it's these seats have had a bit of seat time as it is anyway, so not unfamiliar, but seating position's nice. Could go a little bit lower if you had a thinner plate and stuff like that, but if you go too low, what we've found is you might have a better centre of gravity or whatever, but you can't see where you're going, which is no point saving 100ths or 1,000ths of a second by having a lower centre of gravity if then you can't see where you're going. So yeah, very happy with the seats. Harnesses feel good. Need a little bit more adjustment lower down. I do prefer a 6-point because your crutch belt that pulls your harness down a little bit, so it's sort of a bit more difficult where a 4-point to just get that little bit of comfort, but it's not a million mile away. Oh dear, everybody trying to overtake buses. It's my right away. Yeah, pretty good. Obviously, these seats, I won't say it's not as comfy because I really do like these seats. Not as soft as standard leather Alcantara standard seat, so it's you notice the stiffer suspension a little bit more. Sure, it probably looks like I'm getting thrown about over, which is not too bad to be fair. So we'll I think that should be it for this video. We've got what we need to get. We just need to move on to the next one. Hopefully we get wheels on for the next one. Get some more dyno testing. Get a bigger fuel pump fitted. We'll see how we get on. If I've missed anything out on this video, I do apologise, because we're going to end up with 3 or 4 going off at once. Everything's starting to come together, so there's been a few bits that we're having to shoot here and there. Hopefully audio's working with the microphone, so yeah, it's still where it should be. Yeah, we'll see you soon.